Doug MPA back with another video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the way in. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and the content on this channel. So guys, I was on askmanager.org and I find a lot of stuff for my content on these type of blogs. And this article is called My Company's Leadership Program for Women Excludes Men. So a reader writes into this Allison Green lady who wrote the article and says that there's a leadership development program at his work, but it's only for women. And he doesn't think it's right. And that's discriminatory because it is. And so she responds to him, Dear Abby style, and her response is just sick. Summarizing, she tries to say, well, he's a man and he's benefited long enough, so now women need to benefit only to level the playing field. So let's get into this article real quick. It starts, a large company I work for has embraced inclusion, equity, and diversity. And guys, fun fact, if you see DEI initiatives or programs in a story on the news or something at your work, it stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. It continues, that's a good thing in my books, but one of the campaign's company-wide programs helps women grow in leadership and explicitly excludes men. I'm a male. It says, the program offers guest speakers, panel discussions, and learning modules to help women improve leadership skills and deal with blockers to career growth. It really sounds like a great program. I'm interested in all those things. This doesn't seem fair at all. I'd like to believe we could find ways to address systemic issues in the workplace without disadvantaging others so acutely. To be clear, I support the goals of inclusion, equity, and diversity and have supported many programs to promote these goals, but this seems to cross a line. It's because it is crossing a line. This assumption that all men benefit just from being men is not accurate at all. Only a small percentage of men across all races, I'd say 20%, truly benefit from this so-called patriarchy that women claim they hate so much. Okay? Most guys are just good men going to work trying to get a paycheck. Okay? And so this disadvantage of others is just garbage. It continues, I'm concerned about 3 points. 1, I'm missing out on great professional development. 2, people who take part in this program may receive greater consideration for raises and promotions. 3, I feel personally excluded, like the company is sending a message that my career doesn't matter. And he's right on all 3 of those points. He is missing out on a great opportunity for professional development. I've been through a leadership development program, and it was 9 months long. I had to do all these modules and all this stuff. They had outside trainers, and it was expensive, and he has to miss out on that. And you get this cool certificate that you can hang up that's actually worth a lot of money. And in certain circles, if they say that you have a certain leadership certificates, people's mouths drop open because I guess it means a lot. Anyway, and then 2, if you go through a leadership program, people are going to want to see, they're going to want to put you in a leadership position to see if this training makes you an effective leader. The only way to see if the training pays off is to make you a leader. So if you are about to get hired and another person is about to get hired and you have this training and they don't, they're going to pick you. And then the last one, the company is sending a message that my career doesn't matter. Sorry, bud, that's just in general. Not only your company, but Western society is telling men that their careers don't matter. Why do you think so many men are checking out of the workforce? It says, related, I'm concerned is setting the culture of the organization. Any decision by my immediate manager could take into account these values as implied by this program, which is supported by leadership. One final nuance. The industry I work in has historically featured more men in leadership positions. This has gradually changed in recent years. My specific part of the company has never been dominated by men. There's no issue with gender equity in my department. How would you deal with this situation? And guys, put in the comments what you would do in this situation. Would you be fine with seeing all these women getting all this training? Would you sign up anyway and try to break down barriers like women have been doing for the past 50, 60 years? Could you imagine if you signed up for the training and they wouldn't let you in and you caused a situation because of it? You know? Anyway, let's see what Allison has to say about this guy. She says, I think you're missing the fundamental point. They are taking a group that has been historically disadvantaged and still is today, she had to add that in, and give them assistance to close some of that gap. By trying to give women some of the advantages that have been systemically denied to them and afforded to you, because guys, all of you guys benefit from the so-called patriarchy. I guess all men do. They're not putting you at disadvantage. They are attempting to level the playing field. So having something exclusive to just women is leveling the playing field. Explain that to me, guys. It's an attempt to bring more balance to an unbalanced picture, to level the playing field for a demographic that's significantly behind in pay, professional opportunities, mentoring, and apparently your field. It will not fully level the playing field because of the broader society we exist in, but an attempt to open the door a little wider so maybe more women end up in rooms where they are disproportionately absent now, ideally high-level decision-making rooms. You see how they don't have blue-collar stuff on there? Sewers, bricklayers, mechanics. Oh, yeah, men get to do that, but they get to go to the C-suite and be CEOs and CFOs and executives. Funny how that works out. It says, you do not want to look at a program created to offer redress for systemic marginalization and complain that you, a person in a group that's comparatively advantaged, aren't being offered the assistance that's designed not to put them ahead of you, but to close some of that gap. You see this language, guys? This is crazy. This guy comes with legitimate concerns, and it's all this third wave, purple hair, just language coming at him. This, guys, don't ask professional development from women. I'm not going to say all because you may come across a couple, but this is why. Talk to your guy friends, to talk to men who are where you want to be, to talk to the men who have got their education or got their trade and are doing doing things in places where you want to be. Talk to them, but don't talk to women about this kind of stuff. It says, I mean, imagine that you had a huge basket of delicious fruits and your female coworkers had some withered bananas and one soggy tangerine, and so your company decided to put some more ripe fruit in the women's baskets. Well, you look at that and say, but wait, I'd like that fruit too. Would you think that you were being personally excluded and that the company was telling you that you didn't matter? Or would you understand they were making an effort to balance an unbalanced situation? Hopefully you would not try to claim that fruit or view it as a strike against you. Don't do that here either. Obviously, that's an oversimplification of a complicated issue, but you are not facing the same systemic obstacles that your female coworkers face. You do not require the same attention to close that systemic gap. Caveat: if you are in a different demographic group that is systemically disadvantaged as well, you can certainly advocate for similar help for that and other marginalized demographics. Yeah, because she doesn't know the race of this guy. What if he's black? You know, what if he's from another protected group? It's just, she's just saying women have it harder, so shut up. And that's why if you see any DEI initiatives coming into your work, guys, you got to watch it, especially you white guys. I'm black, and I can tell you, white guys, you better watch out because this is probably what's coming down the pipe. Let me know what you think about this. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.